So let's get to the materials. So I hit the key M and I go to the material list, and there is a point if I delete all these materials, nothing would happen to our scene. But remember, you cannot delete a part of your material. That would damage the material itself, but you can delete all the materials together. So right now I want to check the material of the floor. I pick this tool and I click on the ground. So let's check what happened here. There is a material V-Ray, map color collection, V-Ray Muddy subtext, and of course 4 maps are given to it. So this was prepared from before. I just come here and analyze this. Sometimes with this Muddy subtext, they give black and white maps with color collection to the reflection. So for example, let's just make a copy out of it. Now I give a note to the reflect glossiness. Now we come here and we make it on monochrome and for example some other editings. If you notice such a thing in your materials, you can simply delete it because these things are not being seen and they just make your rendering process longer. Now there is an easier way. I can just make a copy out of color collection and for example connect this to reflect glossiness. So as you can see, out of one map I linked it to all these sections and I extracted them. And then this is going to make your process so much faster. So right here, I wanted to have a metallic texture. I put this glossiness on 0.8. So right now I'm in Live Link Vantage and we change the number and you can see the changes and outcome. Just remember, if you put the number on 1, make sure you change the reflection on the proper setting because they both must, work together. One thing about increasing the quality of our material is that in color collection, I can give it a gamma collection. So I click on it, and in this section, we have something like a gamma contrast to give it a matte texture. So as you can see, these might come handy in case of, wooden materials or ceramics. And for example, if we increase the number, it would show itself better in case of darkness. And as you can see, it's more realistic right now. So right now we increase the glossiness and we have a very attractive texture right now. But when we want to have a matte texture, we should work with the gamma, like this. All right? Okay, we will be checking another material, which is the curtain. It is given 2 materials to it. One is the net and another is the body of the carpet itself right here. The body doesn't have anything special, but this one, there is a map for the opacity. So we click on view image and there is this screen here. Okay, the default version was different with this because it wasn't proper for our project, so I downloaded this one instead of that one. So you simply can download it from everywhere or from the packages that I give you and just connect it to the opacity. Then I come here to this section and for the color. So about this, you should not put it below 220 like this. This is something that must be done physically because it's not good to be all black or all white. So we put this number on 220, something between this range. Okay, so this is much better and this is the standard way. So there's something that I forgot to mention, and never leave a material without reflection. This one is without reflection, so we must get to it. Okay, we click on it and we give it a reflect. It doesn't matter how low it is. It should have a reflect, right? Just make sure that your material has a reflect. And for example, we change the glossiness to, for example, to get a matte texture. So the next material here is this stone above here. We click on it. Alright, so as you can see, this is a very complicated and, very messy process. You should remember something. Control A, and then you hit the key H. So in this way, the parts that are not used, they are hidden. And then again, you hit Control and A, and then you hit C. They get together as a group, and this is more organized. Right now we have wooden material, stone, and two metals. And we can do our editing settings on them. I don't think they need anything. So let's check the stone. And as you can see, its glossiness has a map. As you can see, I can delete it, take it away like this. So for now, nothing happens and we are on the right material. We zoom in and this is what happens. And this is a very good thing. So what it tells us is that my camera clicking is active, my max camera clicking. And why is that? We will discuss it in camera section. Our camera is outside and our clipping is caused to see inside. So what I can do is that I can come to this section and deactivate this part. So if I move in max, it will be activated again automatically, but I don't need to move in max. I just move inside Vantage itself. Sorry. So as you can see, this material has a metallic texture and I don't want that. So I increase the glossiness and that's what happens. Like this. Okay. So I can give the map to it again and nothing happens. And for example, if I take it away, it makes the process faster by increasing the amount of glossiness ourselves. Right? So this is how we organize our process and our system. We get back to this part. So let's make this one full screen and get back here and pick the material of these chairs, these ones. We do the exact same process to organize it. Right, we have it right now, and this is our texture and materials. So when we disconnect this map, you can see the changes. There's nothing special about it, but about the metals, make sure the number of metalness is 1 and then give it diffuse. So in the previous versions of V-Ray that didn't have metalness, we would consider diffuse all black and we would give the color to the reflection. But for now, metalness is 1 and reflection is all white, and we give the color to diffuse. This would give you a better result. And one major point is that metal is either 0 for materials which are not metal, or either is 1 for the materials which are metal. So make sure the combination of these stuff are fit together. For example, the reflection cannot be fully 0. For example, we have some type of metals which are not that much reflective. But the major point is to be a metal, it should be on number 1. Another point is that when it's locked, it feeds on this section. So when you click on that, you can read it, and it says it is feeding on this section. Alright, and this means if I lock it, it means I have put the number on 1.52. There's nothing special left. We have almost covered the logic of materialization. Another point is that for the materials like the walls and the ceiling, which are not that much seen, do not spend that much time giving details to them. I mean, doing professional job on them, because it's a pointless process. For example, this wooden material, if I go close to it, and observe it from close range, I can see the bumps and stuff like that. But when we zoom out, we don't need all those things. All right, we just need to give it a diffuse and a glossiness, and it covers all the job. So working that much and spending that much time on just 10% difference is not gonna worth it. The noise and the process of rendering is not gonna worth it. Just do this stuff and make sure it will cover it. Great, we have covered all those important materials and the others are ready.